Do women ignore the nice guys and go for the calm, confident men? If you are watching this, you have probably felt it. You see the guy who does not try hard. He does not chase. He does not beg for attention. Yet, women are drawn to him like a magnet. Meanwhile, you try everything. You compliment. You text back fast. You try to be the perfect gentleman. But it does not work. And you are left wondering, what does he have that I do not? Here is the truth most men will never hear. It is not about your looks. It is not about your money. It is not about the car you drive. It is about your mindset. In this video, I am going to show you exactly how the Stoic mindset makes men irresistible to women. I am going to give you 8 principles that will transform how women see you. But more importantly, these principles will transform how you see yourself. And I need you to do something for me right now. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Why? Because this is not just another dating tip video. This is a complete mindset shift. And if you want to become the man who naturally attracts women without chasing, you need to be part of this journey. Subscribe now so you do not miss the principles that will change everything. Also, I want you to stay until the very end. The last principle is something I call the Stoic Mirror. It is a unique concept you will not hear anywhere else. And once you understand it, your entire approach to dating and confidence will change forever. Let us get started. Let us talk about the nice guy problem. The nice guy does everything right on paper. He opens doors. He listens. He pays for dinner. He is kind, respectful, and caring. So why does he often end up in the friend zone? Why does the woman he likes go after the guy who seems less interested? Here is the hard truth. Being nice is not the problem. The problem is what the niceness is hiding. Often, a man is nice because he wants something in return. He is nice because he is afraid that if he is his true self, she will leave. His kindness comes from a place of neediness, not strength. And women sense this. They feel it. A woman does not want to be the source of your happiness. She wants to be a part of your already stable world. Most dating advice out there tells you to change your tactics. Say this line. Use that pickup move. Send that text. But tactics do not work long term because tactics are just masks. You can only wear a mask for so long before it falls off. This is where Stoicism comes in. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy from great men like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. But it is not just old history. It is a practical guide for modern men. Stoicism teaches you to stop chasing external validation. It teaches you to control your mind. It teaches you to become a man of substance, not just a man of gestures. When you adopt a Stoic mindset, you stop asking, "Does she like me?" And you start asking, "Do I like myself?" You stop needing her attention, and because you do not need it, you become worthy of it. Let us dive into the 8 principles that will make you irresistible. Principle 1. Calm energy. Imagine you are at a coffee shop. You see 2 guys. One is pacing, checking his phone every few seconds, tapping his foot. He looks like he is waiting for something or someone, and he is about to jump out of his skin. The other guy is sitting at a table by the window. He is leaning back in his chair, sipping his drink slowly. He is just watching the rain outside. No hurry. No worry. Which one makes you feel relaxed? Which one would you want to sit next to? The calm one. Always. Calm energy is like a superpower. It is not loud. It is not flashy. But it is magnetic. It says to everyone around you, "I have got this. Nothing shakes me. You can relax around me." And women notice. They notice it the moment you walk into a room. They notice it when something goes wrong, and you do not freak out. They notice it when they test you. Maybe they are late, maybe they say something a little sharp, and you do not react like a wounded puppy or an angry bull. Here is why this matters. A woman's attraction to you is deeply tied to how safe she feels with you. Not safe from physical danger, though that is part of it, but emotionally safe. If you are calm, she knows you are not going to explode over nothing. She knows you are not going to get desperate or clingy when things get uncertain. She feels like she can be herself around you without having to manage your emotions. That is huge. So how do you become that calm guy? Let me give you 3 things you can start doing today. First, control your breathing. When you get nervous, your breath gets shallow and fast. That is your body's fight or flight response kicking in. But here is the trick: you can flip the switch the other way. Take a slow, deep breath. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold it for 4 seconds. Breathe out for 4 seconds. Do that 3 times, and your heart rate will actually slow down. Your shoulders will drop. Your jaw will unclench. You will feel yourself settle. Do this before you approach a woman, during a date if you feel nervous, or even when you are just sitting there waiting. It works. Second, slow your movements. Nervous people move fast. They talk fast. They walk fast. They are in a hurry even when they have nowhere to go. Confident people move like they have all the time in the world. When you speak, pause between sentences. Let your words land. When you walk, walk like you are not trying to get away from anything. When you reach for your drink, do it slowly. This sounds small, but it changes how people perceive you. It also changes how you feel inside. When you slow down, your brain gets the message: we are safe. There is no rush. Third, stop reacting to every little thing. Life throws stuff at you. The waiter brings the wrong order. She shows up 10 minutes late. Someone cuts you off in traffic. If you react with anger or frustration every time, you look like a puppet on a string. A calm man pauses. He observes. He takes a breath. Then he responds, but he does not react. He does not let outside events dictate his inner state. I remember a date where I accidentally knocked over a whole glass of water. It spilled all over the table, onto her side too. My instinct was to panic, to apologize 100 times, to make a big deal out of it. Instead, I just laughed and said, well, now we have a story to tell. She laughed too, and the rest of the date was great. Later she told me that was the moment she felt comfortable with me. Because I did not get flustered. That is calm energy. It is not about being perfect. It is about showing that imperfections do not rattle you. Start practicing today. The next time you feel your heart racing, take those deep breaths. The next time you want to rush, slow down. The next time something goes wrong, pause before you react. You will start to notice a shift in how people respond to you, especially women. Principle 2. Gentle detachment. Okay, let us talk about something that sounds like a contradiction: gentle detachment. The word detachment can feel cold. Like you are supposed to stop caring. But that is not what this is. Gentle detachment means you care, but you are not attached to the outcome. You are present, you are engaged, but you are not holding on for dear life. Most men approach a woman with a tight grip. They want her number. They want a date. They want her approval. They want her to like them. And that grip creates pressure for both of you. It makes you try too hard. It makes you say things that are not really you. It makes you come across as needy, even if you are trying to hide it. Gentle detachment means you let go of the grip. You talk to her because you are curious about her, not because you need something from her. You enjoy the conversation without worrying about where it leads. You let things unfold naturally. And here is what happens when you do that: you become rare. Because almost every guy who talks to her has an agenda. He is trying to get something. When you show up with no agenda, you become a breath of fresh air. You are the one guy who treats her like a person, not a prize. But gentle detachment is not passive. You still make a move if you want to. You still ask for her number. But you do it without being attached to the answer. You ask once. If she says yes, great. If she says no, you smile and say, no problem, take care. And you mean it. You do not get hurt. You do not try to convince her. You do not ask again 3 days later. This is the Stoic idea of amor fati, love of fate. You accept whatever happens as exactly what was meant to happen. If she says yes, that is good. If she says no, that is also good because it clears the way for someone who is a better fit. Think about all the times you have obsessed over a woman who was not that interested. You analyzed her texts. You wondered what you did wrong. You waited by the phone. That is attachment. And attachment pushes women away. It makes you look like you have nothing else going on. It makes her feel like you are putting all your emotional weight on her shoulders. When you practice gentle detachment, you are not waiting by the phone. You are living your life. You are working on your goals, hanging with your friends, pursuing your passions. And that makes you more attractive because you have a life she wants to be part of. So how do you practice this? First, fill your life with purpose. If your life is empty, you will cling to anyone who gives you attention. But if you have hobbies, friends, goals, and a mission, you will not need a woman to complete you. She will be a wonderful addition to an already full life. Second, practice being present. When you are with a woman, give her your full attention. Look at her, listen to her, ask questions. Enjoy the moment. But do not think about the future. Do not think about whether she will text you tomorrow. Do not think about what happens after the date. Just be there. Then, when the interaction ends, let it go. Do not replay it in your head. Do not send a follow-up text 5 minutes later. Do not start planning your wedding. Let it breathe. If she is interested, she will reach out. If she does not, you have your answer, and you are okay either way. I know this is hard at first. Your mind wants to hold on. It wants to control. But with practice, you will learn to enjoy the moment without clutching it. And when you do, you will become that rare man that women feel drawn to, the one who is interested but not needy, confident but not controlling. Principle 3. Control your thoughts. Your thoughts create your reality. I know that sounds like a self-help cliché, but it is actually one of the most practical truths you will ever learn. If you walk into a room thinking, I do not belong here. Nobody is going to like me. I am going to mess up, your body will follow. Your shoulders will slump. Your eyes will drop. Your voice will get quiet. You will look small. And people will treat you like you are small. If you walk in thinking, I am a man of value. I belong here. I have something to offer, you will stand taller, make eye contact, speak clearly. People will notice you. They will be drawn to you. Most men let their thoughts control them. They see a beautiful woman, and their mind starts screaming, she is out of your league. Do not mess up. What if she rejects you? What will people think? Those thoughts create fear. Fear creates tension. Tension makes you act weird. And then she walks away, and you think, see, I knew it. The Stoic man does not let his thoughts run wild. He observes them. He questions them. And he replaces the negative ones with true, empowering ones. Let me give you a real-life example. A few years ago, I was at a bar, and I saw a woman I really wanted to talk to. My brain immediately started feeding me garbage. She is way too attractive for you. She is probably with someone. You are going to look like an idiot. I felt my chest tighten. I almost walked away. Then I stopped and asked myself, is that thought true? Maybe she is out of my league. According to who? I do not even know her. Maybe she is with someone. I cannot see a guy. And even if she is, so what? I can just say have a good night and move on. I replace those thoughts with a true one. I do not know what will happen. But I know I can handle anything. If she is interested, great. If she is not, I will be fine. I will be proud of myself for trying. I walked over, said hello, and we ended up talking for 2 hours. Nothing came of it romantically, but I made a friend, and more importantly, I proved to myself that I could control my fear. That is the power of controlling your thoughts. Here is a simple exercise you can do. Whenever you feel fear or anxiety, write down the thought that is causing it. Then ask yourself 3 questions. 1. Is this thought true? 2. Can I be absolutely sure it is true? 3. How do I feel when I believe this thought? Then ask the opposite. Who would I be without this thought? You will find that most of your fears are just stories your mind tells you. They are not reality. They are predictions based on past hurts or imagined scenarios. Let us apply this to dating. The thought, if she rejects me, it means I am worthless. Is that true? No. Her rejection only means she is not interested. It says nothing about your worth as a man. You are not worthless. You have value regardless of what she thinks. When you replace that thought with a true one, her rejection is about her preferences, not my value. You become free. You can approach without fear. You can handle rejection without crumbling. This is the secret to becoming irresistible. It is not about never getting rejected. It is about being the man who can handle rejection without losing himself. That man is rare. That man is attractive. If you want to control your thoughts and become irresistible, hit that like button and subscribe right now. I am going to keep sharing exercises like this, and I do not want you to miss them. Subscribe, and let us build this mindset together. Principle 4: Purpose and Goals. A man without a purpose is like a ship without a rudder. He drifts. He goes wherever the wind takes him. And often, that wind is a woman. Have you ever seen a guy who drops everything for a woman? He cancels plans with his friends. He stops working on his goals. His whole world revolves around her. At first, she might like the attention. But soon, she feels the weight. She becomes his only source of happiness, and that is a burden she did not ask for. Women are not attracted to men who need them to survive. They are attracted to men who have a mission. A reason to wake up in the morning. A goal that excites them. A life that is already moving forward. When you have a purpose, you stop obsessing over her. You are busy building your life. You are focused on your goals. And when she sees that you are a man in motion, moving towards something great, she wants to be part of that journey. She does not want to be the destination. She wants to be a companion on the road. Your purpose does not have to be grand. It does not have to be starting a business or climbing Everest. It just has to be yours. It has to be something that gets you out of bed with excitement. Maybe your purpose is to get in the best shape of your life. Maybe it is to learn a new skill, guitar, cooking, a language. Maybe it is to build a career you are proud of. Maybe it is to become a better father, a better friend, a better man. Maybe it is to travel, to write a book, to learn to paint. The key is that you are progressing. You are becoming better today than you were yesterday. That progress gives you confidence. That confidence is attractive. Let me tell you about my friend Mike. Mike was always chasing women. He would meet someone and immediately make her the center of his life. He would cancel plans, ignore his work, put all his energy into making her happy. And every time, it ended the same way: she would lose interest. He could not understand why. Then Mike's life took a turn. He lost his job, and suddenly he had no choice but to focus on himself. He started training for a marathon. He went back to school to finish his degree. He got into photography. He stopped chasing women because he had no time to chase. He was too busy building his life. Within a year, Mike was in the best shape of his life. He had a new career, and he had a portfolio of photos he was proud of. And suddenly, women were approaching him. One of them told him, "You are the most interesting guy I have ever met." Mike did not change his personality. He did not learn pickup lines. He gave himself a purpose. And that purpose made him magnetic. So here is my question for you. What is your purpose? If you do not have one, start small. Pick one goal. Something you can work on every day. It could be as simple as reading 10 pages of a book every day, or running a mile every morning, or learning to cook one new meal a week. When you have a goal, you have direction. And direction is attractive because it shows you are not waiting for someone to save you. You are saving yourself. You are becoming a man of substance. And when you become that man, women do not just notice you. They feel drawn to you. Because a man with purpose is a man worth following. Principle 5: Strong Presence. Have you ever walked into a room and felt someone's presence before you even saw them? It is a feeling. Some men walk into a room and disappear. They blend into the wallpaper. Others walk in and the air shifts. People look up. They pay attention. That is presence. And it is not about being loud. In fact, the loudest guy in the room is often the most insecure. He is trying to force attention because he does not feel worthy of it. Presence is quiet. It is grounded. It is the man who does not need to prove anything. The Stoic man has presence because he is comfortable in his own skin. He is not looking for validation. He is not trying to impress. He is just there, fully. And that fullness is magnetic. So how do you build presence? Let me give you 3 practical things you can start doing today. First, claim your space. When you sit down, do not make yourself small. Do not cross your arms defensively. Do not scrunch into the corner. Spread out a little. Relax your shoulders. Let your body take up space. This sends a signal to your brain that you belong where you are. It also sends a signal to everyone else that you are comfortable and confident. Second, hold eye contact. Most men look away when a beautiful woman looks at them. They break eye contact because they feel unworthy. A Stoic man holds eye contact. Not in a creepy, staring way, that is trying too hard. But in a calm, steady way. He looks her in the eyes because he has nothing to hide and nothing to fear. He is present with her. If you want to practice, start with eye contact in everyday situations, with the cashier, with a colleague, with anyone. Get comfortable being seen. Third, listen deeply. Presence is not just about how you look. It is about how you make others feel. When you listen without interrupting, without planning what to say next, without checking your phone, you give the other person the gift of your full attention. That is rare. And rare is attractive. I remember a date where the woman later told me, "You made me feel like I was the only person in the room." I did not do anything special. I just put my phone away, looked at her, and listened. I did not jump in with my own stories. I asked questions. I let her talk. That is presence. Try this. The next time you are talking to anyone, a friend, a colleague, a woman you are interested in, give them your full attention for 5 minutes. Do not think about what you are going to say next. Just listen. Notice how they respond. They will feel seen. And they will be drawn to you. Presence also means you are not fidgeting. You are not checking your phone every 30 seconds. You are not looking over her shoulder to see who else is in the room. You are right there, with her, in that moment. That is a kind of strength that women feel instantly. So practice claiming your space, holding eye contact, and listening deeply. Do this for a week, and you will notice a shift in how people respond to you. You will feel more grounded. And that groundedness is attractive. Principle 6. Smart vulnerability. There is a myth out there that men have to be stone walls. Never show emotion. Never admit weakness. Be an unbreakable rock. That is not Stoicism. That is emotional suppression. And it does not work. It makes you cold, distant, and hard to connect with. Women do not want to date a robot. They want to date a human being. Real Stoicism is about emotional mastery, not emotional removal. It is about choosing when and how to express your emotions, not pretending you do not have them. Smart vulnerability is the ability to share a small truth about yourself that shows you are human, but not broken. It is the middle path between being closed off and oversharing. Most men go to one extreme or the other. Either they share nothing, so they seem cold and unapproachable. Or they overshare on the first date, dumping all their trauma, and they scare her away. Smart vulnerability is the sweet spot. It is admitting, "I was a little nervous to come here tonight." That shows honesty and humility. It is saying, "I am not great at this dating thing, but I wanted to meet you." That shows you are willing to be seen. It is not saying, "My ex destroyed me and I do not trust anyone anymore." Say that for a therapist or a close friend you have known for years. When you show small cracks in your armor, you become relatable. You become real. And realness builds trust. A woman thinks, "He is not trying to be perfect. He is just being himself. I can relax around him." Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." When you are vulnerable about your fears, you release their power over you. You show her that you are not afraid of being seen. And here is the secret. When you show vulnerability without needing her to fix you, you demonstrate strength. You are saying, I have fears. I have flaws. But I am handling them. I do not need you to save me. I just trust you enough to let you see me. That is powerful. That is attractive. Let me give you an example. I was on a third date with a woman, and I told her, you know, I was actually nervous to ask you out the first time. I thought you might say no. I did not say it in a sad, needy way. I said it with a smile, like it was no big deal. She laughed and said, really? I thought you were so confident. And then she shared something she was nervous about too. It opened up a whole level of connection between us. That is smart vulnerability. It is not about dumping your problems. It is about sharing a small, honest piece of yourself that invites her to do the same. So start small. Next time you are on a date, if you feel nervous, say it. If you are not sure what to say I am trying to think of a good question to ask you. If you made a mistake, admit it with a laugh. You will be surprised how often she responds with warmth. Comment below if opening up is hard for you. I want to hear from you. Tell me if you struggle with being vulnerable. And stick around for the last principle, because it is the one that will completely change your approach. Principle 7. Subtle challenge. Most men try to win a woman over by agreeing with everything she says. They think, if I just make her happy, she will like me. If I never disagree, she will feel comfortable. This is a mistake. When you agree with everything, you become boring. There is no tension, no spark. You become a mirror that reflects her own opinions back at her, and that gets old fast. Women are attracted to men who have their own frame, their own reality. Men who are not afraid to disagree respectfully. Men who do not let her walk all over them. This is subtle challenge. It means you are kind, but you are not a doormat. You are respectful, but you are not submissive. You have your own opinions, and you are not afraid to express them. Subtle challenge can be playful. If she says she does not like dogs, you might say, I am a dog person. I guess we will have to see if you can convince me cats are better. You are teasing. You are creating a little playful tension. It can also be more direct. If she shows up late without a good reason, you do not get angry, but you calmly say, hey, I waited for 15 minutes. In the future, just shoot me a text if you are running late. You are holding a boundary. You are showing that your time has value. If she says something you disagree with, you do not have to start a debate. You can simply say, I see it a little differently, and then share your perspective. You are not trying to change her mind. You are just showing that you have a mind of your own. Why does this work? Because when you subtly challenge her, you are showing that you are not desperate for her approval. You are not afraid of losing her. You have your own standards, your own values, your own backbone. And that is attractive. Think about it. Would you respect someone who agreed with everything you said? Probably not. You would think they were either lying or had no personality. Women feel the same way. A stoic man knows his worth. He does not chase. He does not beg. He does not put her on a pedestal. He treats her as an equal, and that means he is not afraid to disagree, to set boundaries, or to be playful. But here is the key, subtle. You are not being aggressive. You are not trying to put her in her place. You are not arguing to win. You are simply being yourself, and yourself happens to have opinions, boundaries, and a sense of humor. So next time you are talking to a woman, do not be afraid to gently push back. Tease her a little. State your opinion even if it is different from hers. Set a boundary if she crosses it. You will notice a shift. She will respect you more. And respect is a gateway to attraction. Principle 8. The Stoic Mirror. Now we arrive at the most important principle. The one I promised you at the start. This is the principle that will change everything. I call it the Stoic Mirror. Most men go through life reacting. They react to women. They react to their emotions. They react to rejection. They react to success. They are like leaves blowing in the wind, tossed around by whatever happens to them. The Stoic Mirror is the practice of stepping back from yourself and observing your own actions without judgment. It is like holding up a mirror to your mind. You look at your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviors, and you ask yourself, why did I do that? What was I feeling? What can I learn? Imagine you are standing in front of a mirror. But instead of looking at your face, you are looking at your behavior. You are asking yourself hard questions. Why did I say that thing that sounded so needy? Why did I get angry over something so small? Why did I feel threatened when she did not text back right away? Why did I try so hard to impress her? When you use the Stoic Mirror, you stop being a puppet of your impulses. You become the observer of your own life. And once you observe something, you can change it. You cannot change what you do not see. Here is how this applies to dating. Let us say you go on a date. You come home. Instead of obsessing over whether she liked you, you sit down and reflect. You ask yourself, was I calm? If not, why? Was I nervous? What was I afraid of? Was I needy? Did I text her too much before the date? Did I try to lock down a second date before the first one was even over? Did I try to impress her with stories? Why did I feel the need to prove myself? Did I listen? Or was I just waiting for my turn to talk? You do not judge yourself. You do not call yourself a failure. You simply observe. You collect data. You learn. Then you adjust. Next time, you try to stay calmer. Next time, you hold back on the texting. Next time, you ask more questions and talk less about yourself. You are not trying to be perfect. You are just trying to be a little better than you were yesterday. The Stoic Mirror also works in the moment. When you feel the urge to do something needy, like double texting, or asking are we okay? For the third time, or buying her a gift too early, you pause. You hold up that mirror. You ask yourself, is this action coming from strength or weakness? Is this who I want to be? If the answer is weakness, you do not do it. You choose the stronger path. You put the phone down. You wait. You let things breathe. Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The Stoic Mirror gives you power over your mind. It shows you the patterns that are keeping you stuck. And once you see them, you can break them. Here is a simple daily practice. Every evening, spend 5 minutes reflecting on your interactions. You can do this in a journal, on your phone, or just in your head. Ask yourself 3 questions. 1. What did I do well today? 2. What could I have done better? 3. What will I do differently tomorrow? Do this for 30 days. You will be shocked at how much you grow. You will start to notice when you are seeking validation. You will notice when you are being inauthentic. You will notice when fear is running the show. And slowly you will replace those patterns with calm, confidence, and self-respect. This is not about changing who you are to get women. It is about becoming the best version of yourself. And when you become that version, women will naturally be drawn to you. Not because of a trick, but because you are a man of substance. The Stoic Mirror makes you self-aware. Self-awareness makes you confident. Confidence makes you irresistible. We covered a lot today. Let us do a quick recap. We talked about calm energy, how staying grounded makes you magnetic. We talked about gentle detachment, how not needing her makes her want you. We talked about controlling your thoughts, because your mind creates your reality. We talked about purpose and goals, because a man with a mission is a man worth following. We talked about strong presence, how to own the space you are in. We talked about smart vulnerability, how small truths build deep trust. We talked about subtle challenge, how tension creates attraction. And finally, we talked about the Stoic Mirror, the daily practice of observing yourself to become a better man. Now, here is the truth. You can watch 1,000 videos. You can read 100 books. But none of it matters if you do not take action. Start today. Use the Stoic Mirror tonight. Reflect on your day. Pick one principle to focus on this week. Just one. Practice it. Master it. You do not have to be perfect. You just have to be willing to grow. If this video helped you, do me a favor. Hit the like button. It helps me reach more men who need to hear this message. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you do not miss the next video. I am going to be diving deeper into each of these principles, and I will be covering topics like how to handle rejection, how to build unshakable confidence, and how to create a life women want to be a part of. Comment below and tell me which topic you want me to cover next. Is it rejection? Confidence? How to approach? Let me know. I read every comment. And if you know a friend who struggles with dating confidence, share this video with him. Help him grow. That is what strong men do. They lift each other up. Remember, mastering these Stoic principles is not about changing who you are. It is about becoming the man women naturally respect and are drawn to. It is about becoming a man you are proud to be. Thank you for watching. Stay stoic. Stay strong. I will see you in the next video.